Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about one of the many theories detailing the whereabouts of Grogu during the sequel trilogy and beyond. During The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, we're guided through an arc that sees multiple important themes in Star Wars. Among those themes, we see a theme of transition between the ways of old and new in the sequel trilogy, where Luke seeks to disband the Jedi and Kylo seeks to let the past die. With seemingly no Jedi to aid in the matters during the sequel trilogy, and the race to find Luke for help, this begs a few questions. Were the events in the sequels as important as they were advertised to be? On one end, it could be seen as a fringe faction of a fledgling militia in the New Republic versus the fringe remainder of the Empire, in other words, the First Order. On the other hand, it could be seen as a galaxy-wide effort of good versus evil. Assuming that the events were galaxy-wide from a neutral perspective, this would beg the question, well, where are the likes of Grogu and Ahsoka? Were there larger concerns on the horizon for Grogu? Did he disappear? Is he now the leader of Mandalore? The speculation all begs the question, where or when is Grogu? So let's quickly take a look. Given the fact that it's revealed to us during The Mandalorian that Grogu is around 50 years old, we can assume that, during the time of the sequel trilogy, Grogu is about 80 years old. Given the 30-year time gap based on the Star Wars canon timeline, we can assume as well that Grogu's mastery of the Force has developed significantly. The implications of Grogu's lifespan relative to the world around him is further alluded to during the Book of Boba Fett, when Luke Skywalker says to Grogu during his training, "A short time for you is a lifetime for someone else." Now keep that quote in the back of your mind for the remainder of this theory.
Truly wonderful, the mind of a child.
What is this place?
A conduit through which the entire Force...
In my previous videos, I speculate how Ahsoka Tano becomes a guardian of the World Between Worlds, and it's really important to remember that the World Between Worlds is not a time travel device, rather a powerful place of reflection, as confirmed by Dave Filoni, who also played a major part in creating the World Between Worlds, Ahsoka, Ezra, and Grogu. And while it could be used to transcend time, Filoni confirms it would lead to the person's eventual demise, hence the need for a guardian. I feel that Ahsoka's Force vision, if she becomes a guardian of the World Between Worlds, would be very powerful in this theory, given her access to the World Between Worlds. In my theory in the World Between Worlds, she senses the Force coming out of balance with the impending destruction of Luke's temple. And I believe that as she watches Luke failing as a master to Kylo Ren, she leaves the World Between Worlds to find Grogu, thus saving him from the destruction of the temple. Now with that being said, Grogu may not actually be in the temple. He could be exploring his own past, training, or on a meditative sabbatical. So you might wonder, why is Grogu's existence so important that it demands Ahsoka leaving her priorities to save him? Why save him and hide him? And again, it's important to stress the fact of Luke's quote, "A short time for you is a lifetime for someone else." Furthermore, another reason why Luke may be silent on Grogu during the sequels is because Grogu could still be a secret kept away from Kylo, Palpatine, and even the other Jedi students. This is perhaps why people think Kylo is the first member of Luke's academy, not Grogu, because Grogu's existence, training, and safety is literally prophetic in the scope and magnitude for the generations to come for the Jedi. So with the magnitude of Grogu's importance being known to Ahsoka, I believe Ahsoka, who if you remember was taught by Yoda on numerous occasions, realizes the pricelessness of the wealth of knowledge and how it propelled generations of Jedi. Knowing this, it's all but confirmed to her that Grogu is the most important asset to the Jedi and the Force from a generational perspective. And yes, even more important than ridding the galaxy of the likes of Palpatine and Snoke, because Ahsoka knows that there are people present to fight that battle, but she uses her better judgment to look beyond the problems of their day and look at protecting the Jedi as a whole for generations down the line. With Palpatine once again clouding the present and forcing the uncertainty of the immediate future, Ahsoka decides to give the Jedi a chance at the future, and she believes that Grogu is the best chance at the reformation and survival of a potential new order. I believe Ahsoka takes Grogu into the World Between Worlds to safeguard him and continue his development. Knowing that the World Between Worlds is a safe environment at this point from a weakened Palpatine, other unknown Force users, bounty hunters, and whomever else, Ahsoka recognizes this to be the place, and the only place that can keep Grogu truly safe. It's very possible too that Grogu will continue his lessons, perhaps through more meditation with the likes of Yoda, who also learned how to transcend into the World Between Worlds, as confirmed to us in Star Wars Rebels. As for what happens after the final fall of Palpatine, that remains to be seen. Grogu's preservation and training will probably be more important than the same prophecy that predicted Anakin's purpose and Rey's purpose as well. Because even though Anakin does bring balance, and Rey stops the balance from tipping out of place, Grogu's survival is paramount to the Jedi Order for the next few hundred years. So guys, what did you think of this theory? What did you think of the Star Wars theory? Could Grogu really be with Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds, thus explaining his whereabouts during the sequel trilogy? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And guys, remember, don't forget to drop a like, share this video, and subscribe. And until the next time, remember that the Force will be with you, always.